10 missions, 10 short-term development measures in the following areas: agriculture, energy, drinking water, health care, weather monitoring, and education. You don't need to worry, all is my website. All this, whatever I'm talking, in my website, if you go, you will get all of them. Now, what is what are the missions we have identified? So I will go through the mission one after the. Please carefully hear me, because this is what each one of you as a leader, each one of you is a leader, and the 10 immediate missions I have identified. What are the 10 missions? It's essential. The first one, mission 1. It is essential to transform at least 50% of the 21 lakh hectares. You have got 21 lakh hectares wasteland available into a productive land for increasing the availability of drinking water, agro-food and agroforestry using satellite imagery with the cooperation of NRSA and ISRO. This is number 1. Because you have got wasteland of 21 lakh, how to transform, I have given some thoughts. Then mission 2, 13.8% of Andhra Pradesh cultivable land area is under cotton cultivation. I hope you know about this cotton cultivation. About 13.8% of Andhra Pradesh cultivable land are under cotton. The state may plant double the productivity of cotton using integrated farming techniques with a system-oriented approach, starting with soil characterization and matching the cotton seed to soil, water, fertilizer management, proper application of fertilizer and pesticide during the seeding the growth process in the right season, and proper irrigation techniques to enhance the productivity of the cotton. This I am telling you based on the experience. The technology and the know-how, how implemented by the farmers of Nawabwint in Punjab under the guidance of Oswald Group, may be taken as an example. The increase in production and reduction in per hectare expenditure can enhance the revenues to the farmers to an extent of rupees 3,000 crores per year. This is one of the very important things, because I have seen the group, one Oswald Group is changing the village Nanapin within Punjab, the double the productivity of cotton yield they have done. Mission 3, Andhra Pradesh has endowed with 5 or 6 types of bioclimates. You have got a number of bioclimates. I suggest that agriculture scientists and biotechnologists work together and promote the farming of herbal plants in the region, which can be used by the pharma industry located in Andhra Pradesh as an input for their drug design and development. You have got an institution, industry for drug production, and then you have to make a farms of herbal farms. Both should be linked. Mission 4. You would have heard about that Jatrafa plant has been identified as a petrocrop. It can be used as a biofuel, medicine, dye and organic manure. This cash crop plant can be grown in the sandy, saline and rocky region of Andhra Pradesh for providing additional revenue to the farmer. AP is already planning a joint venture for biofuel production. Recently, I saw a joint venture between 2 companies abroad. Now, mission 5, the energy. Andhra Pradesh may plan to commission 100 megawatt capacity solar photovoltaic plants at an approximate cost of 1,500 crores and feed the energy into the state grid in daytime. The solar power can also be used for desalination of seawater. Mission 6, 2 power plants with this, I hope you are aware of it. There are 2 power plants. You just see, it's all one in Hyderabad, another in Vijayawada. 2 power plants with 6 megawatt capacities based on a solid municipal waste technology have been established at Hyderabad and Vijayawada by 2 entrepreneurs. The technology was developed by TIFAC. There is a need to replicate the model in many parts of Andhra Pradesh through private public partnership. This will provide a solution to the energy problem and also keep the environment clean. Mission 7. Nalgonda and Rangareddy districts of Andhra Pradesh have a problem of high fluoride content in the water. Some of the people are working mission mode. I suggest undertaking an integrated solution for providing potable drinking water, non-saline irrigation water using cost-effective, low-cost defluoridation process and also intensive rainwater harvesting. Healthcare. That is Mission 8. The government has provided a 5-year tax holiday for a corporate hospital commissioned in rural areas. I hope that's one of our central budget statement. So the state government can provide land at concession rate or on long lease for establishing large number of corporate hospitals in rural areas of the state by the private sector. This would also attract a large number of people from Southeast Asia, West Asian countries for medical tourism. Water monitoring. It is essential to install, as I told you, Doppler weather radar network with support of DST and ISRO for modeling and predicting the course of the cyclones in the coastal area using the supercomputers. Now, final, the education mission. The Legislative Assembly of Andhra Pradesh, these were very close to your heart, I suppose. I will read it carefully, watch it what I say. The Legislative Assembly of Andhra Pradesh consists of 295 members, isn't it? Okay, I will correct it. And there are 42 members of parliament, right? 42 members of parliament from the state. In a 5-year period, the total allocation of funds for the members will be about 2,000 crores. Okay? You agree? Okay. Now, it should be given. It should be given. But each member is supposed to give 1 crore, and whereas the parliament get 2 crores. But if a mission is big, if the mission is very good, it will come. See, my problem is, the mission is good, money you will get. That's why I am defining the mission. This fund is in your hands. Now you are saying it's not in your hands. I would recommend, the Honorable Chief Minister is there and Speaker, you must see, it goes for a good mission. You see that what mission I am identifying. I would recommend these funds may be deployed for augmenting schools, classrooms and facilities required for enhancing school education in the rural state, facilitating the teaching of good teachers to reach all the students of the state and training of teachers through tele-education, particularly in the rural area. Now I would like to conclude. We have rich natural resources, highly skilled manpower, internationally acclaimed success stories through government, corporate, industrial, NGO, and individuals in various fields like science and technology, industry, service sector, etc. Inspired by Sarpanch and Panchayat presidents from the northern and southern state gave me a confidence that the village level development such as water harvesting, employment generation and sanitation facilities for every house is possible within their own resources. Dear honorable members, so far I have presented to you the various missions and plan of action, particularly for Andhra Pradesh. The state and center is in an integrated way need to progress with the necessary resources. Above all, one must understand that the nation is the progress of our state and the nation is the thought that we can do it. And Andhra Pradesh has got that culture, we can do it. Now let me recall a great inspirational call of the 3rd century. You can see that what is the 3rd century inspiration call? When you are inspired, some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bounds Your mind transcends limitation, your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new and great and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties and talents come alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamt yourself to be. Now you can ask me, who said that? This was said, this saintly saying is from Yoga Sutra by Maharishi Patanjali, about 3rd century. May I wish the people of Andhra Pradesh a happy, prosperous and confident life.
Now some interaction. For the interaction, I would first call Sridhar Babu.
His Excellency, we are all deeply honored for your esteemed presence, sir, in this august house. Sir, I would like to request you to throw some light on the globalization process which has been going on in our country since a decade. We have seen, sir, this process has ignored the agricultural sector, whereas you rightly said, our 70% of country's livelihood exists. I want to remind and quote Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji. He said, anything can wait, but not agriculture. In this scenario, sir, I would like to request you to suggest how to take forward these economic reforms in this highly integrated global economy that shall ensure a very strong agrarian structure and simultaneously aim to promote technology that shall emphasize on public health, education, literacy, rural and industrial development that ultimately bridges the gap between rich and the poor and the urban and the rural, sir. Most of the questions have been, I believe, were answered indirectly, but here at this point of time, how much of national will is required to implement your ideas which you have dreamt about, which later transform into vision? That vision has to be converted into a mission. Thank you for giving an opportunity.
You have given a small talk now. You have brought up many important points. One thing I would like to tell you, the development, whether the industrial development or the agriculture development or service development, you will find, particularly when you take the rural area, that's why I put for the importance of connectivity. Once you give the physical connectivity, the electronic connectivity and the knowledge connectivity, then one of the important things is job generation. Whatever you have, finally job generation is a very, employment generation, very vital. So that's why this PURA providing urban to rural area, RUPCON rural connectivity for rural prosperity, all of them integrated way we have to do that. You please read my message, what I have given to each one of you. And one thing I want to tell you about the global point, Honorable Member raised that issue. It may be bothering all of you, globalization. You know, I have developed a law. I am not a lawyer, but I developed a law. It's called law of development. The law of development goes like this. There are two types of countries in the world. One is developing countries, another is developed countries. The developed countries few, okay? You can count 8 or 10. But developing countries like India, there are a few hundreds, 180. Now, both of them has got one common desire. The developed country want to remain a developed country. How it will be possible? If you have to remain developed, then it has to produce products, market to various countries. Then only it can remain as a developed country, isn't it? Then only it can remain. If it, the developed country is the simplicity, then the products should go out of the cost-effective way, the quality way they have to produce. Now, the developing country want to become a developed country, then they too has to produce a competitive way, cost-effective way. They too produce and compete in the market. So there is a common requirement. You develop a product. What is the commonality? Commonality is three things. One is you have to make cost-effective product, and the second is in-time supply, and then third is quality. These are the three dimensions common to all the both groups. Now, what connects between these two nations, developing countries and developed countries? Competitiveness. Whoever is competitive is the winner. So if India wants to become a developed country, you have to be competitive. In agriculture, food production, there are many success stories in India, farmers developing 8 tons per hectare in India. And honorable governor comes from that region. So 8 tons per hectare. In Andhra Pradesh, some places, they make 6 tons per hectare. So what I believe is the competitiveness is very globalized. What is globalized? The whole world, if developed world does not market its products, it become a developing country. If developing country does not market its products to become a developed country, then it will be a developing country. So globalization is an opportunity. How India, the billion people population, with various core competence of the nation, how we can come up. Okay, next question.
Yes, P. Keshav.
His Excellency, should India get into the arms race by spending more and more on defense purposes in general and nuclear missile programs in particular? India is now acknowledged as the third largest spender on defense after USA and China. With vast tracts of the country either suffering from drought or from floods, is India on the right path by allocating progressively higher and higher amounts of money on defense instead of rural development or on projects like linkage of rivers?
Kesavji, I would like to answer like this. I go 3,000 years back India, okay? What you found 3,000 years back, Alexander the Great invaded India. Okay, the historically students will know. Of course, he did not advance beyond certain region, but he invaded India. Then you will find king after king, warrior after warrior from southern Asia, people came and ruled this country. Panipat war, all the three wars, not Indians didn't fight. Some people fought to keep India under them. So you find the countries after countries and warriors after warriors came and invaded this country and ruled this country for thousands of years. British came, French came as a colony, Dutch came here the colony, Portuguese came the colony. And why? Why? You ask yourself. Why? We were invaded, we were ruled by various societies as kings and warriors. We didn't have warriors. We didn't have kings. What happened to us? This question, Kesavji, you have to answer me. Okay? I've got an email, you answer me. And so the strength, respect the strength. India spends money, but minimum money compared to any other world, any other big powers in the defensive area. That too, our philosophy, you have heard about it, there is no first use. No first use. That means if somebody attacks, somebody attacks, you have to have some strength. Okay? Now you will appreciate it.
Yes, the next one is from Srimati Padma Devanda Reddy.
His Excellency, Kalamji, you have been dreaming and anticipating a prosperous, decent nation where poverty, hunger, and violence is not seen. Then, how are you going to project a prospective public representative to meet your dream?